So let's talk about the three types of polygon. The first one is an equilateral polygon. Is a polygon with all sides are congruent. The second one is equiangular polygon. From its name, means that I am equal angles. All the angles are congruent. And when I combine the equilateral with the equiangular polygon with a name of polygon that have this congruent angles and congruent sides, we name it with regular polygon. What does it mean? That means if I told you now, like the measure of the angles, as an example, the measure of the angles here are like 720 as an example. Okay, the summation, from the previous one, we found the summation. We found a very big number, 2,800, 720, 360. But when so the summation of the angles, how can we find it? As we said before, it is n minus 2 times 180. But if I need now to find the measure of each angle, what can I do? I will say that since it is regular means it's all the angles are equal. So I will divide the 720 as an example by how many angles we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. By the numbers of the angles or the numbers of the sides. When I divide them, I will find like 20. I think 72 divided by 6 is what can help me. 120 is now. So the measure of each angle here is 120. So in order to find the measure of each angle, which formula I have to use? This one. N minus 2 times 180 divided by n. This is in order to find the measure of the angles. The measure of the angles is n minus 2 times 180 over n. But if I ask you to find the sum of the angles, you have to say n minus 2 times 180 only. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, miss.
Yes, teacher, clear.
So remember, the measure of each angle will be n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. Let's have now more examples. Here, what is the measure of each interior angle in a regular nonagon? Regular nonagon. What does it mean? It's mean here I'm having a regular, yani all the angles are equal. Nonagon, sorry. How many sides for the nonagon? We have 9 sides. What did I need to find? I need to find the measure of the angle. The measure of the angle will be n minus 2 times 180 over what? Over n. This is the formula that I have to use in order to find the measure of the angle. N minus 2 times 180 over n. Now where is n? It is 9. So I will say 9 minus 2 times 180 over 9. So it's 7 times 180 over 9. 7 times 180, the 1026 over 9. So the measure of each angle will be 140. Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
N,
Yes,
so I will repeat, n minus 2 times 180 over n. Now here, find the measure of one interior angle in each regular polygon. Here now, what did I need to find? The measure of the interior angle. How? As we said before, n minus 2 times 180 over n. So what did I need to find now?
The measure. The size.
The measure of
We got to find, yeah, but what I need in order to find the measure, what did I need?
The
I
size.
need that. I
The
need
side.
n, the number of the sides. Bravo. So here now let's count. 1, 2. Look at the shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the sign here. How many sides for the sign?
8.
8, which we name it octagon. So this side, this shape here, or this polygon, is an octagon with 8 sides. So I have to say 8 minus 2 times 180 over 8, which is 6 over 8 times 180. Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
So then multiply 6 over 8 by 180 in order to get 135.
135.
So what is this 135? When you draw an octagon with 8 sides, okay, this part here, or this angle here, will be 135, and this angle here will be 135, and this one will be 135. Since its name is a regular polygon, so that means all the angles are equal. If you add them, you will find that the summation of the angles will be 6 times 180, which is 8 minus 2 times 180. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, miss.
Yes.
Clear.
Okay, let's take another example. Here now. In this one here now, what did we have? We have a polygon, but it's not regular. Why? Who can tell me why this polygon is not regular?
Teacher, because it doesn't have equal sides.
Bravo, because all the angles are not equal. So since they are not equal, so I cannot name it with a regular pentagon. This is not a regular pentagon. This is a pentagon, but it's not regular. It's okay. Then here, I need now to find the measure of the angles. Okay. If this is 120, this is 150, this is 110, what is the measure of this part of this angle here? Since it is perpendicular, it's 90. Is it right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what did I need, Anna? I need to find the measure of the angle Y. Here we have a pentagon TODAY. And all the angles are known except Y. I need to find Y. How can we find Y here? Shall I use the measure of each angle? No. The measure of each angle, if it is regular. So what did I need? I need to find the measure of angle Y. So I will say, okay, so the measure of angle T plus the measure of angle O plus the measure of angle D plus the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle Y. If I add them, they will be something. What is this number? We know that for the triangle, it's 180. For the square, it's 360. So what about this shape? How can I know what is the summation of the measures? How did you find the summation of the measures of the angle, of the interior angle?
N minus 2 multiplied by 180.
Bravo. It is n minus 2 times 180. This formula helped me to find the measure of the angles. So if it is pentagon, so how many sides we have? 5. 1,
5 sides.
2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 minus 2 times 180. So they are 3 times 180, which is 500, which is 540. So this 540 is the summation of the angles. Is it clear?
Yes, miss. Clear.
Yes, teacher.
No, teacher, I didn't understand.
Okay, let's see here, Yana. What didn't understand? Which part?
Here, the last one.
The last part. Okay. Now let's come back now to the mathematicians that tell us how did they know that the measure of the triangle, the measure of the angles in a triangle is 180, and on the square they are 360, and on the rectangle and on the pentagon. So now, if we have the triangle, we said n, in order to find the summation of the angles from the beginning of this lesson, we say n minus 2 times 180. For all of them, we have the same formula in order to find the summation of the angles. Is it okay?
Yes.
If
Yes,
I'm talking
teacher.
about triangle, how many sides for the triangle? 3. So we have to say 3 minus 2 times 180. 1 minus 180. So what is the summation of the angles for the triangle?
108.
180. Let's see about square. How many sides for the square? They are 4. 4 minus 2 times 180. They are 360. So that's why the summation of the angles on the square and on the rectangle, they are 360. So, well, that can help me. How can it help me? If you have, as an example, this square here, okay? And, oh, not square, sorry, a rectangle. And if this is 35, sorry. If we have a triangle, and if this is 90, and this is 30, how did you know what is the measure of this angle? You say the measure of angle A plus 30 plus 90 equal what?
180.
180. Bravo. From where you bring this 180? How did you know that it's 180? From n minus 2 times 180. And we have 3 sides for the triangle. So we can say 3 minus 2 times 180. So Yara, when you use this 180, because you said that n minus 2 times 180 is 180. So because of that, you can find any unknown or any missing angle. Is it clear?
Yes.
Right. Let's come back here now. Now, for this question here, we have the same. We have many angles, and all of these angles, or some of these angles, sorry, I don't know its measures. So I will say the measure of angle T, as we did in the triangle, plus the measure of angle O, plus the measure of angle D, plus the measure of angle A, plus the measure of angle Y will be what? Can I say 180? No, this is not a triangle.
Say n-2 multiplied by
And mine.
Bravo. In order to find what is the number that I should put here, I will use the sum of the angles, which they are n-2 times 180. 5 minus 2 times 180. Why 5? Because we have 5 sides. So 3 times 180 is 540. So what's the number that should I put it here? 540. Is it clear now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, miss.
Now then, what is the measure of angle T? 110. What is the measure of angle O?
90.
90. What is the measure of angle D?
120.
And measure of angle A?
150.
And the measure of angle Y? I don't know it. I need to find it. They are equal 540. So 110 plus 90, 200, plus 120, plus 150, 0, 7, 4. So 470 plus the measure of the angle Y is 540. So by subtracting, you will find that the measure of angle Y will be 540 minus 470, which is 70 degrees. Is it clear?
Teacher, again, how we get the 70?
Here, minus 470 minus 470. So the measure of the angle Y will be 540 minus 470 will be 70 degrees. Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
Now this one here. Here we have the same. We have an 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have an quadrilateral shape, but with different angles. So in order to find the measure of angle G, what I will do? I will add measure of angle G plus the measure of angle F plus the measure of angle E plus the measure of angle H. Here. These angles now, what is the summation of them?
4 minus 2 multiplied by 180.
Bravo. 4 minus 2 times 180, which they are 360. So the summation of these angles are 360. Now, measure of angle G is unknown. The measure of angle F is 120. The measure of E is 85. And the measure of H is 53. So let's add 120 plus 85 plus 53. They are 258. When they are added
258.
to the measure of angle G, they will be 360. In order to find it, subtract 258 minus 258. So the measure
It will equal 102.
102.
will be 300. Okay, so it will be 102. Thank you. So the measure of the angle G will be 102 degrees. Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, so after we talk about the measure of the exterior of the interior angle, after we talk about the summation of the interior angle, now let's talk about the summation of the exterior angle. They told me that if you have this triangle, wait a minute, please, here. If you have now this triangle here, and for this triangle, we say it as an example, this is 50, this is 40, or can say 50, and this is 100. No, 80. This is 30, and this is 100. In order that we know that the summation of the angles, they are 180. Now, what did they tell me here? They tell me that if you draw now an ray that's starting from the vertex of each part like this. Let's change its color. Yeah, I mean like I have this part. Okay, so I will draw now a ray like this. I will draw now a ray like this, and I will draw now a one like this. And I have here this angle, and I have here this angle, and I have here this angle. Now, who can tell me what is the measure of the first angle? Number one.
It's 50.
50.
50.
Number one. This one here.
Miss, it's 50.
Oh, 50. This is 50. The red one, but the blue one. Who can tell me? Look at it. Type. What is the measure of the angle of the straight line? This one here.
180.
Bravo,
180.
Yara. 180. So if this part here is 50, what will be this one?
180.
180.
Minus 50. Miss?
120. 120.
30, you mean? Okay,
Oh, 30.
excellent. The summation of the whole angles are 180. So if this part is 50, this one will be 130. When you add them, you get 180. So if the red angle here is 50, here it will be 130. What about the second one? Number 2, measure of angle 2. If this is 30, what is the measure of angle 2 will be?
100.
100.
150.
150. Bravo. And if this is 100, what is the measure of angle 3? 80. 180 minus 100. Bravo. Then the formula told me now, like, if you add, if you add now 130 plus 150 plus 80, when you add them, what you will get? $360. So that's mean the formula of, in order to find the summation of the exterior angles, will be the summation of the angles, measure angle 1, plus the measure of angle 2, plus the measure of angle 3, and all the time, even I am in triangle or pentagon or hexagon, they are 360. So in order to find the exterior angle, you need to add them and equal 360. Let's come back here. Here now, we have this triangle. They told me like that the summation of the measure of these angles, the exterior angles, it means they are outside the triangle. Their summation is a 360. And if I have an equilateral shape, the summation of the exterior angles, they will be also 360. So that's tell us about theorem 6.2. That's the summation of the measures of the exterior angles of a polygon. You add all of the angles that outside the pentagon, they will be 360. Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes, teacher, it is clear.
Miss.
يلا here. Just a minute, please. But before this problem, yeah, I will give you now this example. Imagine now you have an this shape, and you have now these sides. Now, and I told you that if this is 70, and this is 40, and this is 30, what is the measure of angle 4? Oh, not 4, I'm sorry. Let's name it C. What is the measure of the angle C? Here, first question you have to ask yourself, are these angles are interior or exterior angles?
Exterior.
Exterior.
So they are exterior angles. since they are exterior angles, so what are the summation of the angles? Of the exterior angles will be what?
360.
Bravo, 360. So then I will say 70 plus 40 plus 30 plus the measure of the angle C, they are equal 360. So 70 plus 40 is 111, plus 30, 140, plus the measure of the angle C, they are 360. So the measure of the angle C will be 360 minus 140, which they are 220. So what is the measure of angle C will be?
220.
120. So this is what here? This is if you have now an exterior angles. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, miss.
Let's have now another one. Now imagine this is an hexagon. This hexagon now here, this angle, if you draw now the angles like this, now here I have the angles like here we have 30, 40, 50, 60, 20, and I need to find now the measure of the angle D. So here, which type of angles do you have? Do you have an exterior or anterior angle?
Exterior.
Exterior angle. So since they are exterior, so what is the summation of them?
360.
360.
Bravo. So if you add 30 plus 40 plus 50 plus 60 plus 20 plus measure of the angle D, and their summation is a 360 degree. So 30 plus 40, 70 plus 50, 120 plus 60, 180 plus 20, 200. So 200 plus the measure of the angle D is a 360. So what is the measure of the angle D?
$360 minus 200,
Which is
and it's
160. Bravo.
160.
So the measure of the angle D will be 160. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes,
yes,
miss.
teacher.
Now, if we have now the same hexagon, but this is 30, This is 40, 20, 70, 80, and I need now to find this angle, angle D. Right. The first question here, which type of angles that I'm talking about, exterior or interior?
Interior.
Interior, bravo. And in order to find the interior, what is the summation of the angle of the interior angles? The summation for the exterior,
360.
they are 360. So what about the interior? N minus 2 times 180. So 6 minus 2, they are 4 times 180. So which they are 720. So the measure of the interior, or the summation of the interior angles, 720 for the hexagon. But for the exterior, they must be 360. So what can help me? It can help me that 30 plus 40 plus 20 plus 70 plus 80 plus D is 720. So So 240 plus the measure of the angle D is 720. So the measure of the angle D will be 480. Is it clear now what's the difference between interior and exterior angles?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, miss.
Okay. Thank you so